don't like fame, but I'll take what I can get, I guess. I don't know, man. I like being that guy at the Wizard of Oz, right? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Like, I'll help everybody that comes to me for help, but don't know me as me, I guess, is how I feel about it. Just that's what I take from humility and humbleness, and it always strikes me as weird to actually talk about it, but I'm going to finish those words, and normally I would like flutter around them and be like, well, you know, I'd rather not, because I'd rather be humble, but as soon as you say humble, you're not humble. That's why I'm saying I'm just being direct, I'm being honest. It's true, though. Like, the second that you think of yourself as being humble or humility, like, you've already started to lose part of the grip of what it actually is. So, I don't, it's difficult.
Yeah, totally, dude.
But in Humboldt, they grow great weed. So I've been told. So I've been told. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, wow. You know, a dolphin again. Oh, dang. What's up? I can barely hear you. Still can barely hear you.
Like I said, I have 5% battery, so it's here. Give it a try. That's so let me turn on for a little bit.
Okay, so I heard from that 5% battery. I can make my own.
Sorry, I'm outside in the garage with Allie, and it's been pouring rain all day today.
Copy. Then I will disregard. Just go ahead and talk. Just go ahead and talk to her. Whenever you get back, give me an update.
We're still adjusting to the California weather and climate and culture and agriculture and creepy crawlies is what we're talking about, because there is all kinds of slugs and snails and worms all over our walls, just all over.
On the insides or the outsides?
Outside the house.
Get that safety, B! Get that safety! Are you kidding me? Get the interception then. Pick six. Cool. All right, better. Boop, boop. Oh. Outside walls. Nice. Good job, Denzel Ward.
But it's still crazy to see all these slugs and snails that are wild, man, you know, like...
Oh, yeah. It's like moving out to the desert and seeing geckos and stuff. You're like, what?
Yeah, you know, I imagine people that move to Arizona are probably shocked when they see that kind of stuff, yeah.
Tarantulas, snakes.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Like, seriously, slugs and snails and...
I'm used to hitting a deer or two, but come on now.
Man. Like, crawling on the wall, dude, it's so crazy.
Right. What do you mean you don't have to lock up your trash cans at night? Those raccoons don't get into them? You know, like,
yeah.
You don't got to worry about bears. There's all kinds of stuff in this world.
Or the immigrants like you knew from like Sudan and Africa, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you don't have to worry about cougars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, you have stray cats and stray dogs, not stray jaguars?
What a life we all lead. What a life indeed. All right, let's stop the text sounds again.
So Kyle,
See,
is your stream hearing me?
CC.
My voice is being recorded as well.
Correct. I can change it.
Oh. Oh no, it's fine. But anyway, hey, never mind. I was gonna ask you about something, but I'm not gonna ask you about it if it's being recorded.
Cool. Still have a phone available. You can just text it.
No, it's
Not important. Should really stop smoking cigarettes, bro. No. Just kidding. Dude's in a place like Amsterdam.
It's political, and I wanted to get your opinion, but
That's fine. I don't care. I'll be on the record about it. If you got a question, I'll answer it truthfully. If it's incriminating, I won't, but, you know.
no. I would say it's just. I wanted to know how you felt about this wall situation.
The wall. Are you talking about how, like, David Gilmour might be going down to the border to play the wall with Pink Floyd? Because I think that's pretty damn awesome, and I'd love to go. But you mean the physical wall?
Yeah.
The eminent domain claiming wall type deal? I'd rather them just invest more money into actual, like, true security. Just get, like, more drones, honestly. Like, it feels weird saying it because, like, obviously whatever, but, like, I am for automated security, and if you're gonna do it, just freaking don't disrupt all of the wildlife. Instead, bring technology, which we have. Dude, you want to talk about scary shit? Employ the Boston Dynamics things across the fucking wall. Put a goddamn digital cougar down there. No one's gonna cross that. No drugs, no people, no fucking anything. No one's gonna want to. A digital cougar. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
No.
You haven't seen the Boston Dynamics robots?
That four-legged thing that they made.
They've made a couple, bro. There's one that's a cheetah, right? There's one that's a dog. There's one that's like humanic, you know, like they got a few.
So what do you think that robot thing that would do? What do you think this border robot cougar would do? Is it gonna hunt border crossers down and kill them? Is it?
You don't even have to kill them, honestly. If you really want to still do the humane thing, like they can have nets on them.
What would you suggest?
They have a net type projectile, right?
Okay.
You have a DZ zone.
Okay.
And you would talk to Mexico and say, look, let your people know and let our people know. We will have this mutual, like, no zone area. That's what I would do. And say, look, we are open to Mexican people coming into this country. However, Mexican people need to go through these proper procedures. We're not trying to keep out Mexicans at this point based on what we are trying to accomplish. If this is the true accomplishment, we're not trying to keep out Mexicans necessarily. What we are trying to really do is keep out unwanted people from these United States. It doesn't matter if you're Mexican. It doesn't matter if you're another creed. It matters whether or not we can actually vet your personality, your being. Do you want to do harm to the United States?
Well, okay. Do you... Okay. this is hard for me to start with because to me, I feel like if you ask me, investing, especially because it would take more than one of those robot cats, those robot
I'm not
boys.
saying one robot cat can take on everything. I'm saying they
Right.
have.
Okay. But okay, you're saying that you
Go
want
ahead, go
more.
ahead. I'm just
You,
saying, if my
my
envisionment,
point
if
is,
would you like to hear my full envisionment, or do you want to have what you're thinking? Because I'm trying to listen, but
go
you're
ahead. Go ahead.
saying,
What's your
all
full
right.
measurement?
So other than that, the DZ and everything, like there'd be more infrared surveillance and the drones and stuff like that. You could put up little seismic meters within things, like you really could. Um, that's what I would do instead of a wall, because a wall, we've already got a wall under a lot of the area. It's just whether or not it needs to be redone, maintained, and everything. I think that that's just more money in contractors' pockets. That's why I think it's prevalent. And I'm not trying to talk outside of my means. I'm just saying what is most evident to me without initially doing my first leg of research.
Well,
Because if you're going to put up a wall that's 20 to 30 feet tall or whatever across the whole border from California to the Rio Grande and dig it underground, that's a lot of man hour power and everything. But you could also do that with robots and save the man hour and power. So here's where I see like the downside of what could be screwed up is that they hire a John Henry beating machine that builds this whole thing really, really easily. And now there's a lot of people out of work. There's a lot of things that happen. Like there's just it's a snowball effect in the negative aspect. Okay, I'm still trying to search for one real positive aspect of this wall that couldn't be done through the means that I was discussing, like the Boston Dynamics, adding artificial intelligence scanners that we're already doing in our own country, including New York
okay.
City.
Can I talk now? Can I talk?
Yes, that's. I was just
Okay.
finishing. I was just finishing. Okay,
Okay.
that
So
is
here's the
that
thing.
is.
You're suggesting this Boston Dynamics robot, and in order for it, I can't imagine how much money they've spent on that robot already. But that's just the most basic of robots. Can you imagine trying to equip it with the technology that you're suggesting in order for it to patrol the 700 miles that Trump is just suggesting right now to get the $5.7 billion? Right now, that's all he's asking for is
What's your point? That it's
700
no.
miles
I'm
rebuilt.
trying to listen to you, Chris. I'm trying to
Okay.
listen.
Okay. What is your question?
What is your point? I can't hear what you're. You said that they've invested a lot of money already prior.
I'm saying, can you imagine how much money Boston Dynamics has already invested into making that Jaguar that you were already saying?
I'd probably
That
say
that
between I'd probably say between 30 and 200 billion dollars, somewhere in that area.
probably I would say probably 100 to $300 million.
Million?
Yeah, I would say
Oh,
maybe a
well,
little.
that's not too
I'm trying to
much.
be generous. Exactly. I'm
I
gonna say
said billion. I said billion.
I know you did. Okay, so here's the thing. Uh, Now, like I said, that's just the most basic of technology that they're making right now. In order for it to be able to patrol the 700 miles that Trump is just trying to get this 5 point. Right now, he's trying to get 5.7 billion. They actually think total for the amount of wall that is actually needed from border patrol agencies and from their directors and their chiefs and the border patrol agents themselves that patrol the border. They think it needs to be longer, and they estimate that they need about $20.7 billion to build the amount of wall that they want, and it includes rebuilding what's already been there, like they've been doing in San
Well, of
Diego.
course it would. Of
So,
course it would. No, I get
so,
that. Keep going.
so it's already going on. So my point in this is that you're wanting to get the technology that they've already invested in this most basic
Am I
Jaguar.
wanting to get the technology? No. Am I saying that it's a better option? Yes.
But you're saying that you wouldn't want a wall, and that it's
No, I don't want a
waste
wall.
of money.
Yes.
And how can it be a waste of money when it's the most cheapest option?
It's not the cheapest option. It's not.
Okay, but you're suggesting
It's not at all the cheapest option.
You're suggesting
Walls take
drones.
resources. Walls take manpower. You have to maintain walls. Walls.
Can I give you examples
Go ahead.
of where walls
Go
have
ahead.
worked? Okay, right now there's a wall between Israel and Jordan in their southern border. It's something like it's the entire length of the border. It's the exact replica of what Trump wants. It's a steel slat basically thing that's monitored with motion sensors. That is monitored. It's a giant wall. It's more like a steel barrier is what they call it, because it is metal, and it's got barbed wire. Illegal immigration dropped in Israel from that border 99%. It is 100% a fact that that wall has effectively worked. They've tried to dig tunnels underneath it, but they have those motion sensors that you talked about all around. So every time that they try digging, they can feel where it's
Right, the seismographs, of course.
Exactly. So that's where your technology that it's
okay. So it also includes a wall. That's fine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I hear that you're saying that. I'm saying that you can do it without a wall. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Okay, but
But you're advocating so hard for this wall or something. I don't know. You're asking me a question. Hold on.
I'm trying to
I'm listening. Go ahead.
How much money do you think it would cost to get a couple of those Jaguars equipped with all that technology you need, as well as flying more drones?
$350 million to have about 12 of them.
No, and then on top of that, you'd have to increase the amount of Border Patrol agents, which, to be honest, there's not a lot of people that are wanting to go to this because of how crappy it is and how dangerous it is, because of the drug cartels, because they have AK-47s. Because they have fucking weaponry, dude. Did you not know about the Fast and the Furious gun sales shit that happened during the Obama agency, where the FBI and the CIA did it?
All right. So you want me to get on board? Hold on. I'm listening. You started talking about a fucking movie, so I think I can talk now, right? Can I talk now?
What movie?
Fast and the Furious.
No, that's not. You think it's a movie?
You just said. Dude, you just said, have you heard about the Fast and the Furious gun sales?
Operation Fast and the Furious. It's gun sales, dude. It's an FBI.
Cool, so the CIA has been behind a bunch of shit.
FBI. Drug cartels. FBI was selling AK-47s, M16s, all kinds of weapons.
Oh my god. Alright, Chris, I'm trying to play a football game. I know you're trying to get political and stuff. You're really spiraling here. This is fine that you know a lot of stuff. And like I said, I could tell that it was us people selling guns, right? Fast and Furious. So I'm still lost on, like, okay, so we get
a movie. I'm not talking about a movie. The Fast and the Furious is a movie. I'm saying Operation Fast and Furious is a operation the FBI had where during the Obama administration in 2015 or 14, and the FBI sold high-tech weaponry in assault type weapons, as people call them, but they were actually automatic weapons, like AK-47s and other weaponry, to these drug cartels. These cartels that are running drugs and people smuggling, human trafficking and stuff at the border have those guns, and those border patrol agents have to fight
They're
against those
probably
guns.
operating as CIs. Continue.
Maybe, possibly, yeah, absolutely, honestly, dude. And then anyway,
That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to figure out why we're here.
Agents, what I'm saying is the border patrol agents are not wanting to. They're harder to come by because not a lot of people want to join, because it's not safe, because nobody wants to fucking protect the border. Because
let me ask you this, Chris, because I hear where you're coming from. It's not safe to be a prison guard. It's not safe to be a border patrol agent. It's fucking weird as hell to be a TSA agent. Do we keep making band-aids for symptoms, or do we address why people don't want to do what they're doing?
Okay,
because what they're doing is usually the actual fucking part that we need to address.
So what are you suggesting Border Patrol agents are doing that they should not be doing?
I'm not saying that Border Patrol agents are doing things. I'm saying that what they're put into a position into is already fucked. So they don't...
Okay.
Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? That's why they incentivize people. But they're not addressing how to make the issue of them being there any better. So I get the wall, because that does do that. It does alleviate that. So I'm not... Like, I'm against the wall for the reason of overall it could be done better, but fine. You want to do it that way, you want to cop out that way, that's fine. Whatever. Fuck it.
Kyle,
it's stupid. It's stupid. But it'll work to a certain extent.
You're saying that it would be less expensive to invest all of this money into never heard of technology that really is just starting to come around, but to invest even more money into it. And
I'm saying that it would be far better to not have to invest all this money to keep our neighbor out.
Okay, so
it would be better to build positive relations with people. That's what I'm suggesting. But you're asking me about a specific thing, and I'm responding.
But, okay, so Kyle, if the wall is between Mexico and the United States, okay, do you realize that Mexico has a wall between Mexico and South America?
Mexico and South America. There's how many countries between Mexico and quote-unquote South America?
Okay, do you want to... I'll look at the exact countries that the wall blocks off in Mexico,
cool.
Okay?
Cool.
Mexico Southern Wall. Guatemala, that's what it is. Okay, thank you. So there's a giant wall between Mexico and Guatemala to try to keep illegal immigration out, because Guatemalans, who is in a social communist country, are trying to escape their crappy living conditions and come to Mexico's crappy living conditions to try to come to the United States. That's where you see all these big giant caravans. They're forming from Guatemala and from Honduras, and they're marching on up trying to get through Mexico. And they get past that big border wall through the ports, because they just stormed the ports at Mexico. And then they get all the way to the border walls that we currently have, and then a bunch of them try to break off and try to get through the border technology that they're already going through.
Wait. Can you stop, please, for a second? Sorry, because I'm listening. Can you stop, please, for a second? I'm trying to follow along, okay?
Go ahead.
These people are coming from Honduras?
Honduras and Guatemala.
And they're going around the wall?
And they're getting through their ports. Have you seen the Mexico ports?
No, listen. I'm asking you. Are they going through the ports, which is around the wall, or are they going over and around or through the wall? Are they going around the wall?
They're getting through the ports.
The ports.
Yeah.
So why would a wall help us when we have way more ports than we have miles of, like, we have Boston.
It's proving that the wall works, smartass. They're funneling into the port.
No, it's only proving that they have to use another source.
Do you want me to show you? No, dude. They all get to the wall, and they all go to this port of entry where they already have Mexico's border saying, hey, you can't come through here. But then when there's 12,000 people...
So how do they get through and come to us? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's what I'm telling you. When Mexico's border patrol agents are only 5 of them at the border, and there's 12,000 people pushing through this fence, it's literally a fence, Kyle. It's not like our wall. It's not like they're
It's not like our current wall?
It's
not like our current wall, it's a chain link fence?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So we've got better protection already. I'm listening, dude. You're just getting really heated, and I'm not even heated against you. I'm listening to you, and you're fucking getting mad.
You're fucking
I'm not yelling. You're the one that's... You keep...
I'm not getting mad, dude. And I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, I'm barely talking because Allie is in the next room. She doesn't even know what we're talking about.
That's cool. It'll be an interesting thought experiment. It'll be an interesting thought experiment to both recollect on this exact moment because it is being broadcast.
Yeah, it is. But I'm telling you, okay. So it's in a situation where in Mexico, think of it this way: when you go to a apartment complex, okay, you go to an apartment complex and you put in your boop 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 code. And that gate opens, Mexico's technology is just about like right there. That's so imagine 5,000 people getting to the point of entry because they can't get around the giant ass wall.
What does that mean? That if I have the right code, I can go through the border?
No, I'm saying that when 5,000 people get to that giant, to that tiny little fence at that port of entry in Mexico, they just are able to push through it. There's video of them doing this, dude.
That analogy didn't make sense, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that doesn't make sense.
What analogy? There's no analogy. That's exactly
Chris, hold on, listen, please, for a second before you cut me off again.
Okay,
you just said that the analogy was someone coming to a border that had a beep, beep, beep code, and they were able to get through. Did you not?
Oh, I said I was using that fence as an example of exactly what they have at the border at Mexico and Guatemala.
Okay, so that's what I'm just saying. That was an analogy, right?
No, I was trying to give you a vision of what their thing is.
Okay, dude, I don't even know what... Let's just stop talking about it then. If you're going to backpedal like that and you're not going to accept that was an analogy, you almost said analogy.
If you want to call it an analogy...
It's not that I want to call it that.
Kyle, I'm just trying to get a vision for you of what is at the wall between Guatemala and Mexico. Whether there's a giant wall that is a cement wall, and then at the port of entry there's a apartment gate-like entrance. That's all I'm trying to do is get. That's all I mentioned. And
that's what I'm trying to say. If it's an apartment gate-like entrance, if I can put in the right code, can I get through? Like, I'm trying to understand your vision. You just used a fucking apartment complex that has a physical gate code.
I just said, do you know what the gate is? But the apartment complexes use. You know that gate that moves on a chain link fence, or that moves on a little chain link fence. It's chain.
Are you talking about the lateral one? It only moves from right to left, left to right, etc.
Yes.
Instead of a hinge in the middle.
Exactly.
That's the vision. Okay, fine. Now I'm with you.
No. Okay, so that's not quote the vision. That is what they actually have as far as a gate between Guatemala and Mexico, as far as their port of entry goes. It's actually a little bit worse than that, but the rest of the wall they can't get past, so they all funnel to the port of entry. So the wall is working, and then they get to this port of entry, and there's 5 to 8 to 12,000 people pushing on that fence that apartment complexes use, and there's 12 border patrol agents, and then they march all the way through Mexico.
Okay,
That's
so you're
exactly
saying
what they
that the
did
power
last
of
time.
numbers outweighs the government. I'm with you. Keep going.
I totally agree with you there. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
So
keep going.
that's what
You know
happens
what?
is these
Actually, I'm gonna
people
pee
from
for a
South
second.
America.
I'll be back.
Okay. Okay.
All right, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. So let's kind of segue out of this.
Well,
It
I just
doesn't
want to
make
say,
sense.
and
Go ahead.
again, my point in all this is to tell you that other examples of where the wall worked, and you basically anywhere you give an example of where there is a wall built, a wall works. I mean, even the Berlin Wall worked before they
Sure.
got fucking taken down. So
The Mongolians had a little bit of a harder time getting over the China Wall.
Exactly. I mean, and just
It
imagine
alerted them searching. I get it. No,
every example of a wall,
and I'm not disputing that a wall is effective. I'm not.
So I know. So the fact that, and it's most cost effective in the sense that the technology that it takes to do what you're doing, as or wanting to do or hoping to do, or anything similar to it, as well as the upkeep that you're saying that the wall would take, the upkeep for those drones, people able to shoot drones down. That's what's actually happening.
Just let me know when you're finished, buddy.
Like, so all I'm saying is that the things that you're suggesting are also very costly.
I didn't want any of those things. I don't. What
you said?
Can I finish my closing arguments now, or are you still going?
Jaguar. Go ahead.
I seem to be more empathetic than most.
Yes,
because I don't.
Yes, you are.
I don't want to rule people out. Okay? I would actually much rather have people come through. I don't want to eliminate a lot of people. If people are bad people, then let's take these bad people away. I don't want to be paying for prison sentences for people that are truly bad people, right? I don't want people that aren't bad people to be in jail. I don't want people to be held in 6 months of fucking custody away from something and then flown back to a different country. Because it's not helping me. It's not helping anybody around me. It's just stupid. So I don't want people to have to be extradited. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. You're done. You're done. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's where I come from. That's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck about a wall. I want more shit than that. I like, seriously. Like, it's not.
We agree on all that. The thing that we don't agree on is the fact that you think that...
No, I do agree that what you're saying is that the wall would be the most cost-effective option for all of the things. I do agree on that.
Too. You're saying humane too. You're saying not having a wall is more humane for people by saying that it doesn't exclude them in the sense of saying that you're not allowed here, where it's actually...
It's also better for the environment as far as I'm concerned, because...
There's no doubt about that too. I agree with you on that. That's my hate on the wall, is the fact that...
here's my thing, is that I'm a human being. I am a human fucking being. I'm a grain of sand within a cosmic ocean of way farther beings than I am. I don't give a fuck. I am an American, but that's fine. But, like, just because I'm an American doesn't make me better than a Lithuanian. It doesn't make me better than a Frenchman. It doesn't make me better than a fucking German that was 1942. It doesn't make me better. It just means that I chose differently.
In the United States. That's all it is. It's not saying that you're better. It's not saying Lithuania is shittier than the United States, though I think that it is, in terms of the fact that the United States is a better country. But it's not saying, by having a border or saying that we're a part of the United States, by being a nation.
I love the fact that I was born in the United States of America, whether that was completely by chance or somehow magically through...
You have a lot of family members throughout your family that have all joined in the military and have all served?
Absolutely, I do. And I told you, and I'll tell the stream right now, if they create a Space Force, I will be at the recruiter to join. I'm not even joking about that. If that's part of the fucking wall budget and shit, I'll be there in fucking April or whatever. I don't know. But
you
like,
already know he's gonna do that. He already said he wants a Space Force. He's gonna
which is
do
fine.
it. Just like
If they accept me, then cool. Because I've wanted to be in space. But like, what you, I'm for humanity. I'm not for an alienation of my own human species, right?
Yeah.
I get that some people are very fucking bad, man. And I don't like bad people. I've almost had to fucking operate, with a surgical fucking steel on another mother into fucking individual. Because I saw them preying on youth that were in the backyard. And I was about ready to go ape shit, and I probably handle it the best way that I ever fucking could by singling that person out, telling them to get the fuck out of here in a most very direct way while still having anger but not actually doing anything. And to this moment, this fucking thing boils my rage because I know that person probably has done other shit, and I could have ended that, but I didn't have enough to go by to really do so. If that makes any fucking sense at all. So,
but Kyle,
I want bad people out of this fucking world. I want bad people out of this fucking world.
I liked how you said that you don't like having these people that aren't bad people in jail and all of that stuff. I agree, man. I don't like that they go to jail, like the kids in custody and stuff. I don't like that they have to go to that because, then not only is it me being the person I am, I don't like it on the tax dollar burden, me paying taxes that goes to
exactly.
But even the humanity part of it, like you said, I don't like it. I agree. I don't like it. But the only reason why they get in those places, into jail in those places, is because they get through the border, and then they're an illegal immigrant and breaking the law, and then they get caught and then put in those places.
I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm talking about legal immigrants. I'm talking about people that have been born American. Yeah.
I know that you don't think that there should be any borders, but I don't think that you should also be so radical about things.
Let me pose a difference.
Be more realistic.
Hold on. Can I? Let me pose a difference of thought. Instead of there are no borders, there are borders, but there are accepted borders of things. Okay? America. We want to be the land, the home of the free and the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? So why not honor those people that are just that? Okay? Only them. Okay? We don't honor Pol Pots. We don't honor Che Guevara. Okay? So we honor people that are fucking moral. And if you aren't, if you're not ethical, if you're not moral, you don't belong in the United States anymore, and we extradite you. Like the Catholic Church used to do.
What's
if
morality?
you really want to get into it.
What's morality?
Well, okay, then why are we even fighting that battle? Who's bad coming into the world? We honor Craig Cranston or whatever the fuck his name is as a Breaking Bad because he did whatever he could to make his ends meet so he could fight cancer for his family, right? Like, you want to talk about America? America loves a gangster, don't they? They love Al Pacino and Scarface. They love fucking good. I know. So, Chris, follow with me for a second. Really, follow with me. Follow with me. We love an outlaw. We love Jesse James. We love anything that's like, you know what? He fucking did things his way. He did. It was his way. You know what? They said he couldn't do it, and he did it. He did it. We love the guy that takes the junk shoes from the trash can and wins the Olympics, man. We love the underdog. That is America. That is America.
Different than everything that you said in a gangster. A gangster is not an underdog, bro. But okay.
That's why we portray the gangster through the underdog. You don't see that? You don't see the person that grew up with nothing, seeing that his life was getting stretched before him, and seeing that he could do something about that?
Kinds of movies, yeah, when I see those kinds of movies, I'm still on the side of the law enforcement, where I'm still like, yeah, what they're doing is breaking the law, and they should go to jail. Like, I don't think, oh...
You know what, man? Like I said, maybe we're just not getting anywhere with this. You're not hearing what I'm actually saying, so...
Well, what are you trying to say about it?
I highly doubt that you're actually saying that you're with the law during a lot of these different movies. Yes.
Do you... An American gangster... with
the Frank White thing?
Yeah. Are you a fan of Frank White, or are you rooting for Russell Crowe?
Neither. I'm watching the story. I'm watching what actually has happened in America.
Okay, but okay, Al Capone. Oh no, you said Al Pacino.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for Al Capone and murdering people in the fucking St. Valentine's thing.
Okay, so you're using.
I'm not rooting for Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay, so in reality, you don't like the gangsters or the lawbreakers.
I never said that I loved the gangsters. I said, what are we fascinated with as Americans? Why are we romanticizing those gangsters? You're not following the pieces, Chris. You're not following what I'm saying.
It's like Rocky. They don't like, the gangsters in movies, man. That's my point. That's my opinion, is all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like,
I heard what you said.
Kind of help you. I'm trying to help your cause, because I don't think that you actually mean what you were saying.
I just told you what I said. They're romanticizing the outlaw. That is what Americans will do. We absolutely will. Listen to your favorite rapper and tell me he's not being an outlaw in saying what he's doing. Listen to the favorite hard rocker and tell me he's not being an outlaw in saying what he's doing. And we're not loving every minute of it, because it's liberty, it's freedom, and it's our choice to do what we want at that moment, because we're not hurting someone else. That is what I'm trying to say. Like, that is the America that I see, that I love. Like,
okay, but how does that tie to illegal immigration?
How does that tie to illegal immigration?
Yeah, like you're saying that's what we romanticize in movies. You're saying that's what.
If you want to talk about illegal immigration in America, man, I could open up the floodgates by just saying the fact that we're in America is illegal immigration.
No, you don't even talk to me about that, bro. Don't even talk to me about that.
I'm just saying, you just said, like, that's for real. Like, I've got native blood, it's less than you, but for real. Like,
okay, yeah, if
you want to talk about
it,
taking over a person's heritage and all, so, like, that's real. So, what is, I don't know. That's why I'm saying, why are we on this? Like, what is it that we're actually trying? You want a wall because what? Because you don't want other people here? Because you want to be
I don't want my tax dollars to go towards illegal immigrants.
Okay,
and
cool. So you want a wall, and I'm saying I'd prefer other things than a wall. So we've established that. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we still?
I'm wondering what your suggestion was otherwise.
What my suggestion was.
The wall is too expensive, and you think that the wall is a waste of money. I'd like to know where you think our funds need to go. That would
education.
But how does that stop illegal immigrants from coming in here?
It doesn't?
Exactly. So
Do I
how does
care
my tax
about
dollars?
illegal immigrants?
Well, maybe you as a taxpayer you should, because your money is going towards it.
How?
Like you
What
do.
jobs are they getting?
Okay, so do you want? Okay,
What
Wall Street
jobs are they
Journal.
getting? Very few. If you're a fucking actual American, you're not hiring an illegal immigrant.
Kyle. Today in the Wall Street Journal, there was an article where off the coast of San Diego, there was a boat that was seized by Border Patrol agents in the water that had 20 pregnant Chinese women.
Because they wanted an American-born citizen.
States. Exactly.
So that they could have 18 years of fucking... All right. I'm with you. It's been a long time that people have done that. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm not cutting you off. Listen. I'm listening. Go ahead. Chinese people, 20 of them.
20 of them. Chinese people come here, and they can, as Chinese Americans, get really good education, and they get benefits.
Who? The moms or the kids?
The kids, eventually.
Okay.
You know, they wind up being able to grow up as
kids are Americans. Wow. Their mom went through a pilgrimage to make sure that their kids could be raised in a better land than they were at. That's amazing.
Okay.
Wouldn't you love to sponsor that?
No. That's illegal immigration. That's a crime, dude. What part of that do you... There's a reason why they had to get here to...
You don't want people to get, like,
I want
better life.
Legally. No, I want them to do it legally. I don't want them to think that they can get pregnant and then get on a boat and float here, pop on American soil, and have babies, and then me and your tax dollars, because
that's fair. That's a fair point. Fine.
Their parents and towards the kids that are now Americans.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I just disagree.
So, the cost of illegal immigration to do
on 10 children is about 1.8 million, probably.
Probably even more than that, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta support the mother while she's here.
Why would it be? Why would it be more than 1.8 million on 10 children, though?
Because if you really want to do the math, 10 children.
Yeah, it's about $100,000 per children, so that's about 1 million plus 0.8 that I added. So that was if the government actually sponsored everything
for 18 years, and that's not including the mom and dad.
So they're making money? Are they paying into something? Are they buying goods and services to keep the child alive? Or are they just, accepting a teat from the government?
The majority of illegal immigrants that get here and then they have their children are not able to get a job here. So the ones that are not able to get a job here and are here illegally but still get paperwork from their countries and get visas and all these other things are able to claim welfare, social welfare programs.
But they don't exist, you just said. They don't have paperwork.
But again, when they go into an American place and
their child can get services.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, no, but I get you on that. The child is here. The child is now an American. The child is in a better land. The mother and father have sacrificed in order to get their child here. The child is an American now. And you still having a problem with that is what I'm trying to figure out.
Illegal immigrants should not be able to get here to America, pop out a baby, and think that it's now an American citizen when they got here illegally. If they came here legally, if they came here because they came here through the port of entry and claimed asylum from one of the countries that they needed asylum from, and then they had the baby on American soil that became a United States citizen, then absolutely, I support that.
Okay.
But if you were crossing the border illegally, and floating here on boats from China or Hawaii or wherever they get here from, or crossing the border on the southern border, or floating here through the Cuban waters and going all the way through Florida, or even getting onto planes through fake passports and managing to get here through New York's
Okay, I
customs.
hear your point. You should have to go through the bureaucratic process. You have to. You absolutely have to go through the bureaucratic process. Never fucking leave a place that's ever fucking...
Did you have to?
Did I have to? I was lucky enough to be born here.
Okay, what about, did you have to go through the bureaucratic process when you broke the law? And I'm not going to mention the law and everything that you did, but did you not have to go through it as an American citizen? In some places, like San Francisco, an illegal immigrant gets pulled over. The police officer can't take him into custody for being here illegally. They have to let him go. So the police let him go after writing a ticket, but they're an illegal immigrant. They don't have to go to court. A warrant out for arrest for a fake person, so they get out of the law. You don't. That's not fair.
All right, well now, hold on a second, because you just brought up a different point that I can actually appreciate, which is separate from what you've been bringing up. Okay.
I'm using it as another
Hold
example.
on, please, can I talk? Can you stop cutting me off every time I fucking try to say something?
I said go ahead.
Thank you. So, you just brought up the fact that people are under a pseudonym, which then gets a warrant out for their arrest, and so that they aren't actually able to be caught, which is quite separate in and of itself. And if you really want to go that route, it leads down to biometrics, and then police are going to have to start scanning people either by face and or fingerprints at every stop.
Scary. That's China. That's what's going on in China. That's scary.
Well, you're just telling me what you're just telling me your fear is, dude, is feeding that. And if you can't see that, then I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on. Wait, what? You're saying my fear is becoming China?
No. Your
That's
fear,
what my fear is.
Your fear of illegal immigration is becoming the next step of what I just described, which you linked to China, which you probably now fear even more. I don't know.
Face scanners and retinal scanners.
New York City, United States.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, United States.
Yeah, I know, in casinos.
Okay, so yes, I'm not suggesting anything. You linked this.
Okay. I realize that is what's happening.
The next step?
In small things.
Fear.
So how is me wanting a wall related to me knowing that China has the technology that they're scanning people on the streets as they go by on bicycles and finding out their Facebook page and who they are and their age. And
you can do that. You can do that in America or in Russia as well with just a face app.
Okay. No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You can take a picture of someone and search it on the internet and find them,
Yeah.
Chris.
Look at the technology that China has and tell me that you can do that in an app, smartass. Do you really think I'm talking about...
You're talking about something specific which you haven't never provided a source to. So no, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, smartass.
You literally just said that you think...
I'm telling you...
I'm relating China's technology of watching somebody go by on a bicycle and being able to put their age, their where their address is, who they
I said that with
are,
Vegas.
page.
With Vegas,
Yeah,
with New York City, yes, they have that.
Yes, they have that in casinos.
Yes,
Yes, they have
we
that
agreed
in
on that.
subway
Why are we
stations.
arguing? I don't get it.
Because I asked you how
Did
me
you?
wanting
Okay,
a
go
wall,
ahead, ask me.
how me wanting a wall had anything to do with me saying that China has this technology that is way more sophisticated and advanced than the, what you see in the current um, Las Vegas, New York substations, all that kind of stuff. China puts that technology to shame, and I'm saying that I don't want us to get there. And I feel like your idea of going on these drones and this robotic jaguar thing is more closer to going on that Chinese technology side than just putting up a conventional wall.
That's the question?
My question is what does me wanting a wall have anything to do with Chinese technology and having the
Simple.
technology to scan our faces and stuff?
Simple. Xenophobia.
It's not xenophobia. I have no problem with Mexicans, Chinese, Japanese, North Koreans, South Koreans, Indians.
Do you know what xenophobia is?
Yeah, the fear of. Oh, thank you. Almost got an interception with my defensive end. Xenophobia is the fear of people from other countries or other cultures and other demographics. Races,
Close
demographics, everything.
enough to be real, but no. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of the unknown. It's usually used in demographics and things that you don't understand.
Exactly. And I'm going to give you the exact xenophobia definition. Is the fear and distrust of that which is perceived to be foreign or strange.
Correct.
That is the exact definition.
Right. There we go. So, we both are very accumulated, like we have the knowledge of what that means, right?
Exactly. And you're trying to tell me that I have a fear of something, and it's fucking hilarious because it's just ridiculous.
I'm not trying to tell you that you have a fear of something.
You're saying the reason why I want a wall is xenophobia.
Let's just skip out of this, man. This is stupid.
Did you not?
No, and this is getting nowhere. You asked me what I thought about the wall. I told you. You're trying to point that you want the wall. I've heard you. Where are we going with this? Am I going to go over there and build a... No, listen, Chris. Am I going to go over there and build a wall?
No, because you don't want it, dummy.
So where are we going with this? That's all I'm saying.
Because you're trying to point out that it's too expensive to have a wall.
You asked me a question, right? We've gone through this. So why are we still discussing it is all I'm saying. Like, why can't we just move past it? Why do you have to beat the fact that you want a wall into everybody in my head?
I'm not trying to beat it. I'm trying to find out a reasonable reason why you don't want the wall.
I've told you a couple of them.
A reasonable reason?
Yes.
What's a reasonable reason?
Okay. The economy won. It's stupid because it's way too much money and it's divided between people, and then let's
See,
say
that's
the
an
environment.
unreasonable-
The
that's an
environment was
unreasonable
my
answer.
number one. The environment is my
That's an
number one.
unreasonable answer.
What?
The environment being number one is absolutely a reasonable answer. Your other answers were not reasonable, and that's what
The
I was trying to
economic,
say.
the economic impact.
Yeah.
Why is that not a reasonable answer? How
Because
can
illegal
you choose
immigration-
what's reasonable or not? This is what I don't get, dude. Like, you're
Because-
grilling me on this. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense, dude.
Because I
Like,
can give you numbers and statistics of how much illegal immigration costs right now, yearly. And us putting up a $20 billion wall, even the 5.7 what Trump is doing right now, us putting up $20 billion is nothing compared to the $140 billion a year it costs total for illegal immigration in supporting illegal
As long as no
immigrants.
one comes from Canada, right?
How many people
Or
are coming
Washington.
from Canada? How many people are
Or
coming illegally?
Oregon. Or Canada. Or Maine. Or
How many people are
Florida. Or, California.
Those are Americans, Kyle. Dummy.
No, they
What are you trying to
fucking
say?
drive their fucking boats there.
Okay. Obviously, we would have to continue. Do you realize the amount of illegal immigration that comes through the ocean?
I'm still trying to figure out why you're trying to fucking... Like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. I'm trying to fucking play a game that I'm losing horribly because I'm trying to listen to you, and I'm restarting now because, fuck it, I don't care. But I don't even want to play it anymore. Like, dude, listen, I hear you that you want a wall because you think it'll save you money on the people that are coming here illegally and taking tax money from you. I hear you. I'm not fucking trying to take your tax money either. So why? Why are we still doing this?
Because your idea of trying to protect the southern border is stupid and unreasonable.
I didn't want to
And more
protect the
expensive.
southern border. You're putting fucking thoughts into my fucking head. Stop it,
You don't
please.
want to?
I don't,
don't
want
want
to. I don't want to. I don't want to protect the southern border.
Wow. I'm so glad.
I want to protect the American people,
Thank you.
not
by
the southern
stopping
border.
illegal immigration.
Not the southern border.
Okay.
I want to protect the American people.
But not from illegal immigrants.
I want to protect the world's citizens. I want to protect the American people.
You just don't have solutions. How?
I do have solutions, but apparently I can't be heard.
I've asked you.
No, you cut me off. Thinking that I'm
What did I
thinking
cut you
something
off?
else. That's why I'm saying, can we just move past this? Because I'm done, dude.
Go back.
You keep putting thoughts into my fucking head saying that I'm thinking something when I'm not. And I'm done, dude. I don't want to talk about that anymore. If you don't want to listen to me and you don't want to talk about something, then that's fine. You want a wall. You want a wall. You want a border. You don't want to pay for illegal immigrants. I feel you. That's fine. I hear you. Cool.
No.
Don't try to convince me of my thought, please. Don't
I've
try
asked you what
to
your thoughts
convince
are.
me of my thought.
I've asked
And
you
now
what your
I'll
thoughts
listen
are.
to you when you're
I've
not
asked you what your
talking
thoughts
over
are.
me.
I've asked you what your thoughts are, Kyle. I've asked you repeatedly. I've heard your opinion. I've asked you.
But you're not doing it now?
I've asked you what you think we should do at the border, if not building a wall. You've given me your suggestions. I've heard your suggestions. I've tried to talk to you about your suggestions and tell you how they're more expensive than just $20 million. And you're so upset about it. and emotional that you're trying to say that I don't listen to you.
I'm not. I'm trying to say, are you listening to yourself?
I am. I am.
Cool.
But I don't think you're listening to me.
So why am I supposed to have to listen to what you're saying then? I'm listening to you. I don't know why you don't think I'm not listening to you. What am I missing? Let me pause the game. What am I missing?
To me, you're trying to say that I'm putting thoughts in your head. And I'm literally, I have no idea how you can say that I'm putting thoughts in your head. I've asked you
saying
if you don't want borders, and you said, no, I don't want borders, but you want to protect the American people, and that you want to protect humanity. Right? You said that. I'm listening to you. Okay.
Correct.
Prior to you screaming and yelling about how I'm not listening to you, prior to that, you were talking about how if you were to protect the southern border by not using a wall, you would use the Boston Dynamics Jaguar thing.
Correct.
And you would use drones and motion sensors and other technology of that sort. If you were to have any borders at all. Like, your idea is that we shouldn't have any borders.
World peace. Oh my God. Woohoo!
Obtaining world peace. How do you expect to obtain world peace when there's people that want to kill you just because of your skin color?
Interesting. Talk to them.
As they're shooting you?
Well, you can't talk if they're dead.
Yeah. If you're being shot and killed because you're white or because you're a Christian, or
so
just because you're an American.
So if everybody wanted to start, instead of impeding upon other people's land, it's an idealistic thing, dude. That's fine. But that's why I'm saying, why are we still on this? Because you're trying to convince me of your point instead of just saying, oh, that's your point? That's cool. Where I've already done that. I'm like, oh, you've had a point. I see it. That's cool. You now feel that you have to convince me that your point is the right point, and that's where I don't understand.
No, I'm trying to convince you that your point is irrational and real unrealistic.
So what would be a rational point along the same thought process of what I've explained to you then? You can't rationalize what I've thought, but I've already rationalized it. So you're telling me that I am an irrational being. That's what you have just said.
By saying that you don't want any borders, you are an irrational being. Yes.
Cool.
That's irrational to say that you don't want any borders anywhere in the world.
I'm going to finish this game.
It's unrealistic.
Since I'm irrational, I don't have to listen to anything that anybody says.
Well, I mean, realistically, Kyle.
Want to text me? That's cool, but
you as an adult,
I'll turn it up again in 30 seconds.
Really,
I fucking suck.
You what?
It's not even 30 seconds. I'm turning it up again. How do you feel about that? That's irrational, right?
What?
Yep. Everything that I just did. It's irrational.
What'd you just do?
Everything.
I have no idea what you just did. To be irrational.
It's cool, because neither do I.
Thinking that borders shouldn't
No,
exist.
let's just be done with this, dude. I'm gonna walk away for a bit. I'm gonna go just scrounge up something, maybe even tobacco. It's too much, dude. I don't like arguing with a friend about something that is just quote unquote irrational. Okay? Whether it's I'm being irrational or whatever, I just don't want to do it. And if you can't accept that, then it's like you're attacking me. And I don't want it to feel that way. I'm just saying, like, we can talk, we can do that, but we've already reached an impasse. So let's move on to a different subject, please. When we return.
Well, you know, I know that you're more hippie-minded. I know that about you. I knew that you were on the side of the hippier type of thought process of open borders and so on and so forth, because you and I have talked about this previously.
Correct, okay.
Rationally, when you talk rationally, and I don't know if you're not ever wanting to talk rationally online on recording, but so far,
that's
when you and
attacking
I
one of
talk
the
in
fallacies.
person,
Keep going.
when you and I talk in person, and you and I are talking rationally, you say, yes, rationally we do need to have a border or a difference between American and
Dude,
other.
I'm not changing myself for being online for talking to you. And if you think that
I'm
way,
saying
then
that you humored the rational side of things in the past, and you're not doing that at all right now.
that's what I just said at the very beginning, dude. I said the Boston Dynamics, and then you're like, oh, that's China. Woohoo, that's China. So that's why I'm saying, can we stop? Yeah, you kind of did. Can we just stop? Can we just stop? Can we please stop? You did.
No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. You really gotta go through this stream and listen to it again, because you jumble everything into one thing.
Right. Oh, fuck. Hello?
Yeah.
Didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you. I said something, you didn't reply.
What's the score of your game?
21-3?
Damn, losing that bad?
I know, right? Oh, fucking injuries. There we go. Got his goal. 10 sack. Thank you.
Ciao. Whoop, whoop.
Just so you know, Kyle, I totally think that that's the kind of conversation we need to have so that we can start bringing in followers.
I mean, if you want to have a podcast, that's fine, man. I'm down with having podcasts.
Not if you're not yelling, man.
I wasn't yelling at you, man. If I seem that way, I'll revisit it. I fucking bought beers, man, so I apologize. That's on the record too. But I wasn't trying to yell at you, but I did feel like you weren't listening for a lot of it, man. And then you were cutting me off and shit, so.
I do have a tendency to cut people off, and I apologize if I did that. But I don't feel like I didn't hear you. I totally feel like I heard your points.
I feel like that. I feel like I heard your points as well, and maybe I didn't, maybe I did. I feel like I do. Like, you don't want to pay for other people. I get that, you know. Like, and that's why I was like, can we just get past that? And then we just got.
Yeah, I would love for us to not have to worry about people and have to not pay people and pay for people and shit. But in today's world, in reality, we know that it's the only way that we can live right now. Just currently. I mean, nothing big is going to happen yet. And I'm not for socialism.
Dude, I don't want my money taken to anybody else. What I do want is my people in the country that I love to be taken care of. And whether that means that they get rice and beans and a fucking flour tortilla with cheese on it every day, cool. And then above that, they can get whatever they want because they've excelled and created the world that they want to live in. Fuck yeah, that's my America, okay? That's my America. I want a baseline for every citizen to be able to be like, you know what? I live here. I can just do this. That's fine. I can do this. I can do this. I'm just fine. But if I want to do this, I can fucking reach the moon. That is my version of what it means to be an American. You have the abilities because the baseline is so helpful. Like, you're here. Now, I get what you're saying. You don't want people to just be like, oh, I just got there because I was born here. And it's weird to hear it, to say it. I hear what you're saying. I'm not judging you for it. That's your vision. That's your view. That's fine. It's not mine. If someone in my vision, like, if fairy tale wise, you traveled across the fucking ocean to get to the land of America so that your child could have a better life than you ever envisioned, dude, that's fucking solid to me. And that's not for you, and that's cool. And I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
I think it's crazy. It's awesome. Like, it's a
you don't want it, and I get that.
But I don't think it should be incentivized. I don't think it should be rewarded.
And that's what I'm saying. I hear that. That's why I said I don't want to put thoughts in your mind. Like, I don't mean that you, right?
I know that you don't think that I'm this terrible person that doesn't like that I'm just xenophobic. Like, you see, I mean, look at my family. It's multicultural.
About that, actually, I was going to say...
you know, like, both my brothers, you know, and my sister, you know. I'm Native American. You know, I mean, this whole thing is coming from somebody that is.
Dude, I get it. I knew someone that was an illegal immigrant that was against illegal immigration. I know it. I get it. I'm not saying that I'm for illegal immigration. I'm not. I'm just.
I didn't think that you were saying that you were for it.
Everybody come to America, fucking rape and pillage us. That's not me, dude. You want to come to my backyard? If I don't know you, I'm knocking you the fuck out. I'm killing you. I don't care. Dude, like, that is me. That's me. But, like...
Right.
Ooh, nice block. But, like, if your life is so bad and your only hope is to come to America... Like, that's where we should be, like, a little bit more receptive of political prisoner or whatever. That's fine. I'm not saying that these people that are coming across the borders are, because a lot of them are not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not... Like I said, if you're a bad person, it should be known you're a bad person. You're done. Like, I'm not trying to say... Like,
I know that you don't want criminals here, the rapists, and all that drug dealing shit, and human trafficking shit. I'm not saying that you support that. I'm not saying that that's what you want. But your solutions of trying to fix it are what I'm trying to figure out.
Alright, so my solution to trying to fix all of that would honestly be starting from a paper that I wrote in English 101, which would be legalize all drugs in the United States of America, and if people want to kill themselves, they will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because as soon as you do that, the people that are trying to cross heroin and cocaine across the border for hundreds of thousands of dollars across a barrel is going to stop instantly. The deaths are going to stop. The only thing that's going to still progress is going to be the fucking sex trade. And there's going to be childs and sexual beings that are, like, auctioned off. And that shit needs to be addressed. And it needs to be addressed hardcore. And they need to stop. So, it needs to stop from Turkey all the way to fucking the United States of fucking America. So... That's where my priorities are, is there. But that's why I'm like, you know what? If someone wants to come here and get health care, or someone wants to go to Canada to get a fucking couple of pills because they can't get them here, or someone wants to come from Canada down here because they won't test them for a mammogram before they're 40 years old. You know, like, this is what I'm across the board, dude. And that's why I'm like, I don't like you putting thoughts into my head, saying, like, I'm a certain way. That's where I was coming from with that whole thing, you know? Like...
My thing is that I didn't try to, like, put thoughts in your head. I totally understand that where you were as far as personal liberties, and now you feel like, you know, getting here alone is a success enough.
Fuck yeah!
I feel like it should be awarded.
I don't think necessarily you should be instantly awarded with, like, a fucking ticker parade or anything like that, but, like...
But you think you should be allowed to be a citizen at that point?
Not the person that got here, but the child.
Well, at that point, I have no choice but to say yes. They're born here because...
Why? Why? We need a military. Why not separate your humanity at this point? Seriously. Why not become robotic?
Not all of them can join the military.
There's clerical work in the military.
Dude, I can't even join the military.
No, that's physical. We could open up. We could. Chris. We can open up the requirements, and B, like the Swiss, we could require that every single person has to have some sort of civil service. Like, the only problem, yeah, that's fine. The only problem that I have with, I might just have to restart this. I don't mind not.
But then you're just pushing against personal liberties again.
No, I'm not. 2 years.
If somebody doesn't want to be in the military, then they shouldn't have to be in the military, right?
They shouldn't have to be in the military. They could be in the medics. They could help children. They could be a tutor. They could be a child. What do they want to do? What do they want to do? How can they help someone that's not themselves? No, hold on, Chris. That all I'm saying is that they have to be able to devote 2 years of their life to someone that is not themselves. That's it. That's all. It could be military.
In order to become an American?
As every American, not in order to become an American, but every American should. Just like the Swiss, I think 2 years to 4 years of civil service should be fine.
I mean, the only downside that I would see is the fact that you infringe my personal liberties. I don't see that as a free country.
But you get to choose what you are best at helping other people at. Like, if you don't want to help people, then yeah, that would suck. Like, I don't want to help anybody. Fuck everybody. Yeah, that would suck. You wouldn't get your way.
But there are people in America that are like that, right? There's people in the world.
And there are. And have you seen them on TV? They fucking look like entitled fucking assholes.
Right.
So is that okay? I don't know. No. Is it? Like, I think that people should have a certain amount of respect, generally speaking. Once you're above the age of 18 or maybe 16, fuck. I think once you're above 12 years old, you should know a couple of things about the goddamn world. Call me crazy. When I was 5, I'm not going to go there.
Again, because of the upbringing that I lived, I know a thing or two about the world, and coming up from nothing and having a family that didn't have much and stuff like that. So, I'm coming from experiences, and
right.
Somebody that not only has experience but also can say that they have God damn it. Oh no. Oh, a level of kind of an eye of looking at it in a bipartisan look. Like, I see both sides of the spectrum here. I came from nothing, but at the same time, I am part of a hard-working family.
Right.
Like this idea that CEO of Starbucks is wanting to run for president. How do you feel about it?
I hadn't heard it.
Oh man, I think he's a CEO of Starbucks. He's wanting to run for president.
Hold on. Can I stop you? How long has he been CEO?
I don't remember since he started. He's been the CEO since.
He's been since inception?
I'm pretty sure. He's the owner.
Alright, I'll look it up.
Yeah. He just gave up his ownership, I think, last year.
In order to become eligible?
People speculated. And,
well, I mean, you can't. There's certain things when you're president you can't do. So, alright, hold on 1 second.
And that's why they were like, hey,
Starbucks CEO presidency.
What's his name? I forget his name. Howard
Schultz.
Schultz, thank you.
CEO to potential 2020 20 bib. Okay. This is a long video. Give me a second. I'm going to skim through.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher since 1917. 5 generations of
They
great
probably hate
steak
on
delivered
me.
to your door. Every Omaha steak is custom cut by master butchers and aged for tenderness. Order
See
now.
that?
They're probably going to hate on me in this video.
Howard Schultz, thank you for being here.
Democrats do not want him to run.
I've covered you now for the better part of a decade, and there is so much I've learned about you from this book that I rounded up that I had no idea about. And we'll get to that in a moment. We'll dive deep into that, and we'll dive deep into the politics and a potential presidential bid. But let's talk about the elephant in the room first before we get into your personal story. Why are you seriously considering a bid for the presidency in 2020, not as a Democrat, when you have told me countless times that you've been a lifelong Democrat? Why now as a centrist independent?
Well, I think everyone has been asking me that question, and to the outside world, it might seem a little complicated. To me, it's pretty simple. If you ask the question, what kind of country you want to live in, and then you link that to the degree of toxicity and the self-interest and ideology of both parties unwilling to work together on behalf of the American people, and if you ask yourself, are we satisfied and do we trust the government today? I think both parties, there's not equivalency, but both parties are complicit in their inability to reach a compromise on both the most simple issues, let alone the ones that are most complex. And I've come to the conclusion that the only way, in my view, to make a significant contribution in the lives of American people, families who are being left behind, is not to embrace the status quo and to give the American people a simple choice. And the simple choice, in my view, is if we embrace the status quo of a broken system and government not working for you, it's going to continue to lead to decline. Or let's give the American people a better choice. And that better choice, by the way, is a great expression of democracy, which would lead, in my view, to renewal.
If you can win, and we will get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But before we move on to your story and your childhood, what brought you to this point, Howard? When did you stop being a Democrat?
I think the party started losing me.
What quarter are you in the game, Kyle?
And it was so far left to progressive policies that I know in my heart are.
Sorry, what did you say?
And I see
What quarter are you in your game? I didn't know you walked away.
Oh, still in the first quarter.
telling the American people when he was running for president.
You want to advance the week on me and win it, it's fine too.
Medicare for all
But
people, right?
Well, if you add up the three policies, it seemed to me that
I just restarted
current
a
Democratic
while ago.
in terms of 2020,
Like just restarted?
it's free Medicare.
Yeah, 9 minutes
Like
into
the
the fourth.
Bengals?
No, the Houston Texans.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I might. If it was a rivalry game, I might have been like, nah, dude, you should try to keep going.
All right, go ahead then.
We're going to dive into and debate those issues.
I'm not quite ready yet, but
When was it for you, Howard? Was it
I'm in the
as
fourth quarter.
Congress and candidates saying something when you thought this isn't my party anymore? When was it? Was it pre-Donald Trump, post-Donald
No,
Trump?
I think it was over the last 2 years when it started. Well, I think in the last 2 years under this president and seeing such disgrace and a lack of stability and dignity in the office for one, and then the Democrats not being willing on any level to try and reach a compromise on issues that I think the American people are longing for.
difficult in moments, complicated as you describe her, but also a light break.
Yes.
Your father, he describes him in the first pages as closed off and unapproachable. What did he mean?
Yeah, he did. So my father's story is he came back from World War II with yellow fever. He never spoke about what happened in the war, not one word ever. I can only imagine that certain things took place, but he ended up for 30 years having a series of blue-collar jobs, one kind of job after another that kind of beat him down, never felt respected or valued. He began to view himself as a victim, even though he didn't take much responsibility. And that bitterness manifested itself in unlovable behavior at times that was difficult to everyone a certain age. And I was physically abused as a kid.
There is a moment I will never forget. Of course, you will never forget it. That you describe in detail. At 15 years old, you talk about your mother.
Yes.
A few hours later, you're in the shower. Your father comes home. What happens?
So, uh, for some reason, I cursed my mother at the age of 15, something I obviously should not have done. My mother shared that with my father, and all I remember was being in the shower and him storming in, opening the shower, and then with his fist, just beating me to a pulp. And um, it's interesting because whenever I tell this story, I can feel my father on me.
Right here?
Yeah, I can. And blood dripped down into the shower, and I couldn't go to school for a couple of days. And it was obviously a terrible episode and incident, and really uh, something that unfortunately occurred. And but it did not define our relationship with my father.
How?
Well, because we also had wonderful moments. The moments that we had that were unique and special and memorable were at Yankee Stadium. That's where my relationship with my father really was elevated, sitting in the right field bleachers watching our beloved New York Yankees baseball team. Um, but my father and I had a complicated relationship, and he was a man that had no purpose and suffered the indignity of just never finding a job or a place professionally where he ever felt valued, respected, and certainly there were so many pressures with money. I mean, our apartment was $96 a month, and we constantly had bill collectors calling, and they put me on the phone to try and tell them that my parents weren't home.
Your parents put you on the phone and the kid to deal with the bill collector.
Yes.
You said a moment ago, and you've said this actually for years, that part of you building Starbucks was, in your words, to try to build the kind of company your father never got a chance to work for, to build certainly, or to work for even. But that made me wonder if you think that capitalism failed your father.
I don't think capitalism failed my father. I think that in the 50s and 60s, if you were a blue-collar worker, um, the programs and benefits that were in place were not suitable and compatible with a working class family and person. And the specifics of that situation is my father got hurt on the job. He was a truck driver delivering and picking up cloth diapers, fell in a sheet of ice, and he was basically fired for getting hurt on the job. No workers' compensation, and we lost health insurance. And that completely fractured the family. And I remember literally the Jewish Family Services Organization delivering food to the apartment because there was no money for food. And in the late 80s and before Starbucks was public, the primary reason why I felt so strongly that we needed to provide comfortable health insurance 20 years before the Affordable Care Act was because I felt we had to die. I lived in fear of that.
Well, Baker's gonna get Player of the Week again.
Ain't that a shame?
What's that?
Ain't that a shame?
Fourth interception.
I already forgot what my fucking drive goals were. You about to finish the game?
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna exit, man.
They got the ball. They got 17 seconds left.